Due to the tragedy that happened early Friday morning in Colorado in the movie theater, we have decided to change the name of our Monday morning movie review feature. We did call it the Monday Movie Massacre, a little tongue-in-cheek because James from Vagrancy Films, Weird James, he's here with us. He's the guy who does the review. He likes the horror movies, stuff like that. But James is actually the one who sent a text and said, it doesn't seem very appropriate to use that title anymore. I mean, you're seeing Movie Massacre on the news now, and it's taken on a completely different meaning. So we have changed the title of the feature to the Monday Movie Hangover, but it's the same feature. We're still going to have some lighthearted, fun reviews, and let's do it right now. For the first time, it's the Monday Movie Hangover on FM 96.
The Monday Movie Hangover with Weird James.
There you go, Weird James. You even got your name in the ID now.
Weird James.
Wow.
Love it.
Okay.
Moving on up.
Weird James, the movie that you went to see over the weekend was The Dark Knight Rises.
Gotham's reckoning.
Did they kill him?
I'm not sure.
Why didn't you just kill me?
Your punishment must be more severe.
What did you think of the film?
Wow, that was that right there. That clip you played pretty much sums up the biggest fault I had in the movie. Was Bane's voice. It was what was the best way to sum it up? It was a little bit of Kelly Mahar doing Sean Connery, part Jawa, and a little bit of Apu from The Simpsons here. I'm gonna try. I just got them selected. And unfortunately, every time he opened his mouth, even though he couldn't tell because he had that Cuisinart on his face, it just kind of brought the whole thing down for me, man. And
Who is this character anyway?
He's the bad guy in the movie, Kelly.
Okay.
And should we give spoiler alerts? Try not to give too much away because there's a lot of people who didn't have the chance to see the movie on the weekend, James.
Right. So, okay, well, it's 7 years after.
And it wasn't a Cuisinart on his face.
It was something like that.
That's all I picture now is this big thing.
It looked like something you put your garbage down the sink and it chews it up. Like
That's a garburator. That's not even a Cuisinart.
A food processor, whatever. Anyways, his voice was horrible.
He did. I noticed, though, I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, even in that opening scene where you first hear him speak,
yes,
I thought that sounds like Sean Connery.
Yeah. And
I'm going to get you, Batman.
I had four maniac crazy guys in the theater with me. They were like, I had to literally cover their mouths because they had never even seen the other Batman movies before, and they wanted to just start heckling the movie. And I was like, no, I don't want this. They're gonna throw me out of the theater, but. They weren't fans because they had never seen the other movies. So.
Okay, Bane's Sean Connery voice aside,
right?
How did you like the film?
It was good. It had some huge holes in the story that that Prometheus got a lot of flack for and whatnot. But it was a definite good way to wrap up the Christian Bale version of the story, and looks like it has the potential to possibly go in a new direction with.
This is what. Don't give it away.
Right.
The ending But there was too much at the end of the movie. There was a lot of cool twists, but it seems like they all came at the very end of the film. Did you notice that?
Yes, and it had the one major twist came right out of nowhere. They like to put in the direction
like, boom.
That this one person was the person that did this.
That's
all I'm saying.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. All right.
Yeah.
How was Catwoman?
Catwoman? Oh, Catwoman was great.
Yeah, she was good. I was surprised. I didn't know when they said Anne Hathaway, James. I didn't know what to think.
She had a thing for pearl necklaces, and I would have worked on her outfit a little bit better. But other than that, she had a great performance. Catwoman was great.
Yeah, she was. She was. I thought Tom Hardy was going to be the guy who stole the show,
right,
as Bane, but I think he was the weakest link. With that voice. Yeah,
and we were talking, too, what an amazing actor Tom Hardy is in some of his other films. And he almost seemed like, as brooding as he was on the screen. He was kind of wasted in some regards, I thought.
Well, if you put a Cuisinart over any actor's face, it makes it pretty tough for them to win an Oscar, I think. Okay, what do you give The Dark Knight Rises? James rates movies based on how many drinks he has to sneak out of his flask during a film. What do you give it?
I have to give it a hypothetical rating because when we were leaving, we saw it at the Rainbow, and there was this beautiful blonde that held up the parking when we left. And, so I was being responsible, but I want to give a shout out to her because her bending over to fumble with the ticket validation thing was almost more fun than the movie. And when the arm finally went up, I was up too. But I give it a hypothetical one shot. But I didn't drink because I had my friends in the car.
So it's still a good movie.
It's still a good movie, but
okay.
I was like, this is like the only movie I think I've seen at midnight that I can remember. So
All right, Weird James, thank you very much for going to see The Dark Knight Returns for us.
No problem.
Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight
sorry.
Rises.
Yeah.
The Monday Movie Hangover with Weird James.